Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And welcome to DCT, Deep Coherence Technique. And welcome to the, excuse me, the DCT 28-day challenge. It is day 18. Can you believe it? Day 18. That's two-thirds. We're two-thirds of the way through, which is a remarkable thing. And so congratulations. Seriously, that is a big deal. We just started the year. We're two-thirds of the way through. That's an incredible thing. And if you're brand new here, I just want to say don't be put off by the fact that we're at day 18 of a 28-day program. Just be here with us. Um, you're going to get some benefit from it. Absolutely. It's going to make sense. All right. So, day 18. Let's dig into this. The DCT 28-day challenge. So somebody asked me the other day, Jax, what is it? What's the point of doing this? The point of doing this over 28 days in a nutshell is that we're instilling a new program. And this new program is a disruption program. What is it disrupting? It is disrupting all of the things that you run in your life on autopilot. Habits, traits, most of the time you don't even think about it. So we're actually interrupting that with this 28-day program. And in if you had to just put it into one small phrase, we're developing the ability to notice what we notice on a daily basis. So notice what you notice on a daily basis. And yes, we talk about things like there are three stages because I think it's important to put things into little blocks of time. We talked about observe and allow. We talked about integrate and or release. And from tomorrow onwards, we're going to be talking about how to develop high agency living, which is going to be really fun because it's like the end of the cycle. It's much more about taking action. But today, I want to talk about sabotage again. Because one of the most common observations, not just for myself, which I've done this cycle, this has come up for me, but for all the people that are taking this program right now, people have been sharing with me that they're just becoming more aware of how much they unconsciously sabotage themselves. So we're talking about self sabotage. So I don't want to close out the cycle of the 9 days of integrate or release without talking again about sabotage. Now, we developed a hack to hack sabotage, and it's kind of easy to remember because it's an acronym of the word sabotage. So, the hack is every time sabotage begins to happen, right? So, the more you observe yourself, the more you're going to see it running. It's that simple. You're going to do something. You're going to stop. You're going to audit, because observation terminates autopilot and generates energy. And this hack, I've been trying it successfully, I have to say. Not 100%, but fairly good percentage. This hack can be used, this acronym can be used to interrupt an active sabotage program. And the acronym, the hack, supports integration, makes us whole. Because what it does is when you stop something, you you have to be conscious. You have to be lucid. You have to be aware. Otherwise, there's no thought of stopping it. So just simply stopping, taking a breath, and doing what we say audit. That just means audit, watch what's going on. You observe, you audit and you observe. That will terminate autopilot. That's going to terminate the sabotage unconscious program in its tracks. and we're going to explore what happens after that. It's a really, really useful hack. So I made some notes yesterday, did a little bit of research, and how can we break free from sabotage? Now, when I say sabotage, I mean self-sabotage. So sabotage is an unconscious evolutionary program. Let me read that again. Sabotage is an unconscious evolutionary mechanism that is designed to protect us from discomfort, insecurity, and potential dangers from new activities. So it has its origin. It's like discouragement that's built into your body. Like, don't try something new on the African plain millions of years ago. Keep hunting the same antelope. Don't wander over there. You don't know what's over there. That's an evolutionary trait. So it's a biological function of our mammalian brain that served our ancient ancestors really well. But today, in modern life, self-sabotage often keeps us from growing, trying out new things. So the hack that I just spoke about, the acronym, is all about pausing in the moment and redirecting energy away from self-defeating behaviors. And here's how it works. So I'm going to run through what sabotage, the acronym, does. Number one, stop. When you feel yourself sliding into old, harmful habits, hit the brakes. Take a moment to pause. An example: you feel the urge to procrastinate on an important task. Pause, take a breath, and acknowledge the behavior. Two, audit. Examine what's happening internally. What emotions are triggers or triggers are surfacing for you. You can ask, what am I avoiding right now? What am I protecting myself from? Now, here's a psychological insight. Self sabotage is often rooted in fear: fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of success. Identifying these feelings is the first step toward breaking free. Number three, what's the because? The because in sabotage. Understand why this behavior is showing up. What story is your brain trying to tell you? And here is a neuroscience insight. The brain relies on autopilot, habit loops, to conserve energy. So by auditing the because of why the sabotage arose, you interrupt that loop. Four, observation. Observe without judgment. And here's a scientific study. Research in mindfulness and behavior shows that observing and naming emotions reduces their intensity, enabling rational decision making. Five, terminates. So, what are we terminating here? Awareness terminates the brain's autopilot by bringing your actions into conscious focus. An example: by observing your procrastination, you recognize the underlying fear of failure, and you can choose a small, actionable step instead. Six, autopilot. Awareness disrupts fear. So you're going to terminate autopilot through awareness. You regain control of your decision making faculties. And this breath, this pause, this clearing space opens up new, healthier behaviors. So, Brianna Weiss, from her great book called The Mountain Is You, is quoted as saying, self sabotage is fear disguised as safety. Seven, generates. So once we disrupt autopilot, and once autopilot is off, you free up an enormous amount of energy for conscious, empowering actions. So, an example of that would be you replace procrastination with 5 minutes of focused work and that rewires your brain for productivity and builds up resilience over time. Energy. All of this is going to reclaim and redirect energy from unconsciousness to consciousness so that you can direct that energy to where it truly matters. Now, over time, this energy shift will build momentum, which builds personal growth, but it's going to put you in the flow state. And I talk about this a lot with my community. Getting into that flow state is the sweet spot of consciousness because then everything in your life just flows quite effortlessly and you begin to just really enjoy every moment. So, the neuroscience behind our acronym technique, sabotage, why does it work? The prefrontal cortex, the rational decision making part of your brain, takes over when you consciously observe a behavior. This shuts down the amygdala, the emotional reactive part of your brain, allowing you to respond intentionally instead of reacting impulsively. A 2016 study in behavioral research and therapy found that mindful observation of our triggers increases emotional regulation and reduces self sabotaging behaviors by a whopping 43%. So, in our private community, we say over and over again just notice what you notice. It is our mantra. And what is implied in that is a mindful curiosity. So, it's not judgmental, it's not condemnation, it's not perfectionism. It is curiosity and a genuine interest in who we are to ourselves. And it's the beginning of a deeper relationship with who you are, which is a beautiful thing. Now, Dr. Judson Brewer, a leading expert on habits, explains this beautifully. When we become curious about our habits, we interrupt that automatic loop. Curiosity helps us to see the behavior as it is rather than as it feels. So you begin to separate yourself from your habits and behaviors, and that allows for more compassion, more forgiveness, more love to pour in. And that is a really positive thing. So that's a lovely side effect of this program. So even if you've just joined us, every day we're going to share something with you that's going to be helpful. And tomorrow is day 19. And tomorrow I'm going to recap. So if you've just joined us, tomorrow I'm going to recap the last 9 days of integrate or release with a focus on what we mean by the word release. What does that really mean? So check that out tomorrow. Everything that I've discussed, including the science and so forth, and the quotes, will be in the show notes underneath. I do feel the momentum building. I can feel an internal shift. Yesterday, yesterday for me personally, I think was a turning point. But I would really love to know how you are experiencing this. I would love to know if you have questions. Now, there's a million different ways that you can find me. You can leave your questions underneath this video, wherever you're watching now, and I will answer them. But I'll also put 3 different ways that you can reach me. I want you to reach out to me 3 different ways, and whichever way feels comfortable, make that your way. Because what makes the DCT 28-day program work is how it's experienced by everybody, not just me. And so I grow when I hear how you're growing. So That really interests me. How you're feeling really interests me. So today felt really high energy, you know? So I'm going to just I'm going to drop out of my monkey mind, which is the intellect. It's the space of the ego. It's all good. All has a function. And just with some simple breath work, I'm going to bring myself back into my body. And the reason I'm doing this is because every single day we close out with a 5-step grounding activation, which really teaches you how to create inner stillness and calm and focus. It's like a meditation, but I find it more accessible personally. So it's 5 steps. It's the same 5 steps. And you can do this anywhere, standing up, laying down, sitting down at your desk. I want you to imagine that it's just me and you. Just me and you. So I'm talking just to you. And I'm sharing with you this technique called deep coherence technique. And we're going to do it together. So, step 1, put your feet on the ground if they're not already. If you're able to, take your shoes off. If it's comfortable, take your socks off. Close your eyes and imagine your consciousness, your thinking, to drop from here, to drop through your body, and to land in your feet. So only become conscious of your feet right now. Become aware of every sensation in the soles of your feet, the toes, the pad, the arch, the ball of the heel, the sides of your feet. Connect to the soles of your feet. And hold that connection. Just hold it. And now become aware of the ground beneath your feet. Become aware of the ground beneath your feet. Notice what you notice. Temperature, texture, sensations. Feel the difference between the soles of your feet and the ground beneath your feet. And now close the gap between the soles of your feet and the ground beneath your feet so that they become one. Now drop your awareness and your focus through the soles of your feet, down through the ground, And when you do so, you notice an enormous network of very fine luminescent roots, like the roots of a beautiful tree or like the fascia in the human body. They're very delicate and they spread out everywhere, but they all push down through the layers of the earth. So follow those roots down consciously through the layers of the earth. Down, 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 until you reach the center of the earth herself. And there you see the earth's core. It is round, it is black, it is solid, and it feels very warm and very welcoming. I want you to enter the earth's core with just your consciousness. Inside the earth's core, it is black. It feels familiar. It feels nurturing. And you realize that inside the earth's core, you are connected to every living thing and system on this planet, because everything roots to this spot where you are now. So connect in oneness to the earth and connect to every living thing. Now, there is a resonance, a vibration, a frequency here that pulses out like a heartbeat, and that creates the Schumann resonance, the Earth's electromagnetic field. This is what you feel when you go into nature, but it comes from here, where you are. So take that frequency, and we're going to push it up through your roots, your fascia, and I want you to see it as a golden amber sap, glowing, that you push up through your roots, up, 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 all the way up, until you push it up through the ground beneath your feet that is connected to your feet. And feel that washing in, filling your feet with a really deep, relaxing, warm, vibrational energy. Feel that. Feel it spiraling up your legs. And I'm going to count us down from 10 to 1. When we get to 1, this frequency, vibration from the Earth's core is going to be, it is going to be vibrating and resonating and filling your body with a grounded, present stillness. All you have to do is get out of the way and let go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step number 1. You are grounded to the earth. That's powerful. Step number 2 is breath work. We're going to breathe in prana, life force. I call this activating the light body. This energy is what keeps you alive. It is the breath of life. It is oxygenated air. This is a technique. We're going to breathe 5 times. Deep, deep belly, belly full breaths. So starting to breathe from your belly, filling your lungs, filling your throat. Breathe through your nose, count 4. And then exhale more slowly and forcefully, counting at least 8 if you can. So 5 times. So keep breathing deeply. Don't overanalyze this. Make it natural. But with each breath in, see light through prana, life force. And with each breath out, see the expelling and the release of anything that no longer serves you. Step number 2, light body activated through breath. Step number 3, we're going to prime our electromagnetic field. Now, if you're new here, Your electromagnetic field runs arm's length in all directions, top of your head, tips of your fingers, soles of your feet. It is not separate from you or empty space. It is living, it is intelligent, it is powerful. And by using your hands and fingers, you can wave your arms and hands through your field any way you want. And we say to you, notice what you notice. What we mean by that is, notice what you're sensing and picking up through your fingers, through your palms, through your hands, energetically. You're connecting to your electromagnetic field. You're becoming conscious of it. The air around you may feel thicker. You may experience tingling. You may be moved to move in a certain direction. Eventually, you can just do this and scan your electromagnetic field just using your hands like this. And if you pick up that something's there that shouldn't be, whatever that is, a blockage, a friction, attachment, use your hands, go to where it is, see light coming out from the palms of your hand, and see that thing in your mind's eye moving out of your field, like the Earth's orbit, burning up on the outside, ejected. That's how powerful you are. Step number 3, electromagnetic field is primed for what comes next, which is the heart activation. Step number 4, put your hands together, place in front of your heart, really press in and connect. Something sacred is about to begin. Gently open your hands as though forming a door. In your mind's eye, walk through that door and enter into a chamber, a space, a room, a temple. Whatever you see and feel, that's for you. But this place feels familiar. It feels like home. It feels peaceful. It feels holy. And there is a light in this place with you. And that light has formed a ball, a glowing ball of light. It moves towards you, and you are inexplicably drawn to it. It feels like love. It is magnetic. Become one with the light. Become one with the light. Become one with the light. And as you do so, the light explodes into a rising sun, casting and beaming its brilliance in all directions from the center of your heart. See that light expanding out, rays of golden light filling your primed electromagnetic field. Now we call this in our community the Om empowered. I am that I am. This is the higher power you. This is the infinite, unlimited you. Just feel that. Feel that light. Feel that brilliance. And feel that power that you have generated through this heart activation. You are magnificent. Bring your hands back together, feeling the energy and power that you've generated. It's quite palpable between your hands. You can feel it. Play with it. Extract, compress, extract, compress. Feel it. And now we're going to move to step number 5, which is really a boosting part because you are complete. This is like a bonus. So step number 5 is the power of 8, law of attraction, the vortex. What we're going to do is we're going to connect with the group that is here with us today, meditating, stillness. And we're going to connect to the group. We're going to run the group power energy through our third eye. So connect, feel it. You'll feel it right here. And once you connect to it, the enlightened mind will give permission or not. And if it doesn't give permission, then you can skip this. But if you get permission, run a beam of white light down to your heart. Your heart is more than a pump. It is a portal. It is a centripetal device. And what it does is it takes that power and it creates a waveform. You can see this as a ripple on a still lake. It creates a ripple in space-time, in the quantum field. It creates a waveform. Feel that expanding. And we call this coherence because that's what it is. Deep coherence. So feel that wave of coherence permeating your primed electromagnetic field, your cohered brain and heart and body. You are one biotechnology, and you are harnessing an unlimited power right now. And you're going to run that through your day. So see that wave waving, forming out, rippling out. And when it ripples out of your field, let it go. It's going to continue working for you. That's so beautiful. It's hard to leave this space. But let's go to let's close it out. Especially if you're getting ready for work, it's good to close it out. Come back into your body, into your space, into this now moment. So repeat after me. And so it is. For I command my space, and I bless my day. I bless my world, and I bless everyone in it. Command it, direct it, lead it. And we say to you, notice what you notice in the quantum field today. So when things happen in your day that are unexpected, that seemingly are miraculous, remember that those things began here. Spread the love, tell your friends, because what we're doing here is powerful. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys really soon.